Hi everyone, welcome back to the Precious Room Family channel. I had to take a mental break, so that's why I haven't been vlogging for a while. But I'm back. For those who don't know, I'm Precious, and this is the Precious Room Family. So, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, smack that like button, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm posting. So today's vlog is basically going to be a story time. I'm going to be sharing more into my life and who I am and my life experiences that have grown me into the person that I am today. So, without further ado, um, let's get into the video. And I appreciate everyone who has been, you know, sticking with me so far since I started this YouTube journey, and I appreciate all of the love that I have been getting. And I'm seeing you guys. You might not be engaging in the comments as much as I expected you to be, but I see that you are watching my content, and I am appreciative of that. So let's get into it. If I get a little emotional, I'm gonna try my best not to get too emotional, because it's hard for me to talk about these details of my life, because I really don't want to go back and relive the things that I've been through. But I know that the only way that I can escape from these feelings and bad memories is to actually talk about it, so that way I can move on with my life throughout the rest of my adult years. So, for the past few years, I've gone through some of the most difficult times in my life, from personal loss to emotional trauma to struggling with my career and finances. It's just been a long and hard journey for me throughout the years. And I just want to share my story with you because it's not one of hopelessness. It's about resilience, strength, and growth. I want to inspire you to persevere and remain hopeful no matter what's going on in your life. And I'm just here to show you that healing and growth is possible. So, this is why I want to share my story with you. Again, sorry, I'm trying not to get emotional. But yeah. All right. So, um, for those if you haven't watched my introductory video, uh, I was born on March 18th, 1991 in Chicago, Illinois, at St. Bernard Hospital on the South Side. I would say, I don't really remember much between my birth year and all the way up until 3 years old, but I can say that my life was changed once I turned 4 years old. I was taken away from my mother. I was put into the foster system. I wasn't a foster child, but because my cousins was, and the person that was taking care of my cousins um, didn't want to take care of my cousins because of the fact that they had drugs in their systems. The state decided that they wanted to take every child that was in the household, and by me being in a household at that time, at my grandmother's house when she was alive, I soon later found out that we not only was every child in the household was taken by the state, we were taken because of a lie. Um, my former so-called godmother, I can't speak her name because if I do, it just makes me angry. She basically called the state and lied on my mom and my grandmother. So they took all of us, and that's how I ended up getting into the system and being taken away from my mother. So from three, I think it was like three, close to four, from four all the way up until I was 14. I was awarded a state. Now, as those years that I was in the water state, I dealt with a lot of mental abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse. Um, and at that stage, a child shouldn't have to go through that. They should be able to, still have their innocence and not have to endure those type of be in those type of situations. So I never was able to grow up with my family as much as I would have wanted to and wished for. So I went through the system. I went from multiple home to multiple home, being abused. Like I said, mentally, physically, and emotionally, verbally. Um, I was always talked down on. Um, I was told that I was dumb. I wasn't pretty. I wasn't going to be anything in life. And that as an adult, I was just going to be, I was going to turn out just like my family members. The one foster home I went in, she basically abused me and my other foster sibling. She had 5 kids of her own that was birthed, but it was just me and another foster sibling that lived with her. And every chance that she got, she just took her anger out on us, especially me. I got the worst of it. I got hand-me-downs. I never really had my hair done. My teachers would do my hair when I'm at school. I got beat all the time. I can remember one time, a couple of incidents where it was the summertime. She had bought water guns for everybody to play, and we're all playing outside. And the moment I got squirted with a water gun, I decided to, take revenge and squirt the oldest daughter back, since she squirted me with the water gun first. So then her daughter went in the house and told her mom. Her mom came out angry, pulled me inside the house by my hair, was screaming at me, hitting on me, and then the next thing I know, I actually woke up in the hospital. Come to find out, she had her foot on my throat, and if it wasn't for one of her friends' neighbors coming in and stopping her, I don't think I would be here right now. They said that when they came in the house, she had her foot on my throat, and she was still hitting me with her fist, and also hitting me with a stick that she had in the house. And they pulled her out from me, and that's when they called the ambulance, and they took me to the hospital. When they asked her what happened, she basically made it seem like all the kids was just playing around, and I hurt myself in that way. And I was around, I would say about 8, about 8, around about that time. About the age, I was 8 years old. And even with that, and me telling the caseworkers, that it wasn't an accident. She actually did this to me. She was abusive. But it's like every time that they came to check on me and my sibling, her children would lie and make it seem like everything was all good in the household, and that everyone was treated well. That's the only time that I probably had nice clothes on, hair was done, and that was the only time she was actually nice. Then another instance, it was picture day, and she had no choice but to do my hair. But you know, when people really don't want to do something for somebody else's child, it's like they half-ass do it. So she was angry that she had to do it. She kept pulling my hair, talking about be still, even though I was being still, but she was the one who was pulling my hair, brushing real hard and everything, and she kept hitting me with the brush. Um, and then I guess she got real mad, yanked my head back, and hit me in my nose with the brush. And after that, I had on an all white school shirt. So she basically shoved me and told me to go to the bathroom so I don't get no blood on my clothes. But by that time, I had blood all over my shirt. And she made me go to school like that. My teachers didn't say anything I say the first couple hours because I kept my sweater on. Now, it was time to go to PE. And my teacher saw it. And that's when she called CPS. She called my caseworker, and they reported it. And it was multiple, like I said, it was multiple times where she would physically abuse me. But I didn't think that my teachers would see it. But my teacher was actually secretly taking pictures and writing down notes of every time I came in sad, crying, hair wasn't done, not being fed like I was supposed to. So after they called the police, they called UCFS. They had them come to the house and investigate, and then finally, her second oldest child spoke up and was like, "Yes, they are being abused. We get treated better than they do." So after that, they started asking her questions, and then they checked my foster sibling and seen that she had abuses also, and that she was malnourished. So they ended up taking everyone out of the house. So that was the first. That was the first time I actually had to endure such mental and physical trauma. And like I said, at that time I was only about 8 years old. Yeah, I was about 8 years old at that time, and at that age, all I was wondering was, why don't I have my parents here to save me? Why am I having to endure this pain, this treatment? Um, why am I going through this as a child? I should not. I should be enjoying my childhood. I should be getting love. I should be getting nourishment, nurture. I should be getting the proper care, you know, that a parent will give you. And at that moment, I started to feel like I was unloved. I felt neglected. I felt misunderstood. I think that was the first time I actually was broken on the inside, because I felt like an unwanted child. It was bad enough that I got snatched away from my mom, and that nights I'm crying for my mom and dad to come get me, but no one was coming to get me. Sorry. So I got moved into another household. Um, that family was a little bit better than she was. But except they was elderly, so once her husband died, she felt like she couldn't do it on her own, and she called the system and told us to. She called our caseworkers and told them to come get us. So I got moved again. But the third time I got moved into a house where not only was I verbally and emotionally abused, I was physically abused, like sexually abused. And it's like, no matter how much I tried to tell someone, she never believed me. And I can't forget the address. 6444 South Stewart. Like, I cannot. That's how much I had to endure. Like, those moments where I would tell my foster mom that her son is coming into my room, touching me. Touching me in areas that he should not be touching me, and he a grown man. Then he said, if you tell somebody, I'm not gonna do nothing but say that you lying. Then there's nothing that you can do. And it wasn't just me getting touched. Once I had told my other foster sibling that was in there, she told me that she had been getting touched and sexually assaulted since she had been 6. And at that time, when I came, she was like 13 at the time. So she basically told me that no one was gonna believe me. And that I had to just either not say nothing or just constantly keep telling my caseworkers. So from the 3 years that I was there, her son, like I said, her son would constantly keep coming in the room, touching me. One day he made me touch his private area. And then there was a couple of times where he would come in and rub himself on me. And I told the foster mom didn't believe that her son did this to me. She ended up calling my caseworker, talking about I'm telling lies and everything. And the caseworker just came to talk to me, but still didn't do anything. I told him I wanted to leave. I didn't want to be there anymore, and that I wasn't lying and that this was happening to me. Around that time, like I said, I was 8-ish, going on 9 and a half. What 8-year-old is going to lie on an adult and say that an adult touched him if an adult didn't touch him? So apparently something is going on. If you're trying to drug me and say I have an issue when I don't, to put me on Ritalin to keep me quiet. So whatever is going on, I'm too drugged up to even say anything. There are times that I couldn't even sleep at night because I'm too worried about somebody coming in and touching and doing something to me. So at night, I never really slept as much as I was supposed to. And I'd be tired when I go to school. And my teachers would think I'm just not getting sleep at night and that I just wanted to sleep in class. No. I was forced to take drugs that I did not need. I'm up all night because I'm afraid, because I'm trying to protect myself. And I have nobody to save me. I'm up crying every night. And then, to make matters worse, her husband, he was a carpenter, and then contractor. He also worked on the building, so sometimes she would make me go downstairs in the bottom part of the building because it was a multi building from multiple families. So anytime he needed help, he would be doing work in the basement. He would ask for me, and she would force me to go downstairs, even though I told her I don't want to go downstairs in the basement with him. Sorry. So she would make me go in the basement, even after I told her I did not feel comfortable. So while I'm down there, it'll be times where he's still rubbing his lower waist on my backside, touching on me, touching right here on this area. And then one day she left out and she had to run an errand, and she left me in the house with him. He called me in the room. I'm up front watching TV. He called me in the room. He made it seem like he just wanted a cup of tea. So I go in the kitchen. I get the ice. I put the tea in the cup and I bring it to him. Now he grabs the tea, he drinks some, he makes me stand there by the bed. And I remember it as if it was just yesterday. He made me stand there by the bed. He started touching on me. And then he pulls out his wrinkly old penis and makes me put my mouth on his penis. Now, I'm traumatized, I'm scared, I want to scream, but I can't. And the moment that he heard somebody coming through the front door, that's when he kicked me out the room and fixed himself up. And I went in the room, just started crying. I stayed to myself the entire day. I did not eat. I did not come out. I didn't want to be around nobody. So finally, I found the number to my caseworker, and I called my caseworker and I told him I want to go or I'm running away. I have to go now. She didn't want to believe me. She said I was lying. She made it seem like I was just a disruptive child, you know? And they took me out of there. Then they had me go to a group home for about 2 weeks until they found another foster home. Um, I say to myself, the kids were mean. Um, I had to stick up for myself every day. Around that time, I was teaching myself how to read. I was teaching myself how to write. I taught myself how to ride a bike. I stayed to myself. And I felt like I couldn't trust anyone. No one cared for me. No one loved me. I felt neglected. I felt lost. Um, so I just shut down. I stopped talking to. I just stopped talking to everybody. I became a loner. Um, and then I finally got back in touch with, like I said, my former foster mother, who I'm not gonna speak of. She was on the list for next of kin because they could not find my mom. Um, Wait, a little bit before that, my aunt did take me in for about a year. Um, so I was with my cousins for I was with my auntie and them about a year, and for that part, I felt safe. For that year, I felt safe for that most part. But then they came and took me because my other auntie, RIP, um, she had basically her background wasn't good enough, and they said that it would be an endangerment to me if she stayed there. So they gave my aunt an ultimatum: put my other aunt out, or they would take me. And we already know what the end result was. I was taken back out. I felt betrayed. Um, yeah, I felt betrayed, and I felt neglected. At that moment, I felt like no one truly wanted me. No one truly cared about how I felt. Um, and no one wanted me to be happy. That's how I felt. So I got taken away. They got in touch with my former godmother. Um, she adopted me at the age of 14. Um, we stayed on King Drive for a while in the apartments that was over there. over there by Washington Park. We stayed there for a while, and while I was there, I kept asking, "Where's my father? Where's my family? Can I see them?" She kept making up excuses. I asked her. I said, "Do you know where my mom is? Can you find out? Can you find out where my family and my parents are? Because I'm yearning for their love. I miss them. I want to see their face. I want to get their hugs. Um, I want to hear their voices." But she always told me lies. Even though she knew the entire time where they was at. The whole entire time she knew where they was at. So then that's when she moved me into a home now where on 59th and Union. I stayed there for a while, and I went to Nicholson school, and no matter like how good grades I got, how much of a good child I was in school, it was still never good enough for her. Well, no one was looking. She made me feel like I was nothing. Um, she would hit me when no one was looking. One day, she smacked me out of my sleep, like literally slapped me like I was a dude on the streets because it was a cup put in the sink, and she didn't believe that I washed all the dishes. And come to find out, she found out afterwards what she did, that I did do my chores before I went to sleep, and there was no necessary need to smack me out of my sleep. So then she made it seem like we was just taking a trip to Wisconsin. So I got forced to actually move to Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and that's when it got worse. I missed a breakdown of that. I literally missed 100. No, it would have been a total if you add them. Yeah, I missed 100 a total of 90 days. Uh, of my high school years. She tried to make it where I couldn't that it was so bad that I would have to make up my years, but by me being smart and having the support from my teachers, I actually graduated on time. So from 8th grade all the way up until my junior year in high school, because I graduated a year early with all of my senior credits. That's how I was able to graduate early. But during that time, it was a lot of verbal abuse. Um, like I said, I stayed a scholastic child. I was in the Beta Club. Um, I was a part of the SGA. Um, I wasn't smoking. I wasn't drinking. I didn't hang out with no bad friends. I did my homework all the time. She made me come home with school books that I didn't even have studies for. So every day I'm constantly carrying extra books and extra weight on my back that I did not need to. She kept me from after school activities until the point where when I got 17, I said enough is enough. I'm tired of the abuse. I'm tired of you taking anger out on me for no reason. I'm tired of you talking down on me. I'm tired of you treating me like I'm a stranger on the street when your own birth child does not even respect you the way that you should respect it. Don't call. The only time she called is when she wanted money for college. But it was like when you had asthma attacks, I was there. When you had to go to the hospital, I was there. When it was Mother's Day, I was giving you Mother's Day cards when it was your birthday. I was the one giving birthday cards or making little birthday gifts. When you were sad, I was the one trying to cheer you up. Um, when you asked me to rub your feet, I would rub your feet. I was doing everything that a daughter should, that your own child wouldn't do, and you still mistreated me. Um, yeah, one day we got into a fight because she was trying to punch me, and I kept blocking her, and she got mad because I blocked her right here with my arm. So when she punched me, all she felt was that bone right there. So she decided to be like, well, I'm gonna take it to the police. So when we got to the police station, the police was like, well, ma'am, you don't have any scratches or bruises on you, but she has scratches on her face. She has a mark on her face. Her lip is busted. She had bruises on her arm. Um, yeah, so they basically was like, well, since she's about to be 18 years old soon, there's nothing we can do. We can either have you for the next 2 weeks, she live with you for the next 2 weeks, or we have to put her in a shelter for 2 weeks until her birthday. So she was like, no, I don't want her living with me. So from 16 all the way up until I turned 18, I was fending for myself. I started I had to ask my teacher if I could do community service, so that way I can be able to put money in my pocket. So for those last last year and a half that I was in high school, I worked for the school, and then I ended up being a peer counselor at the runaway shelter that they sent me to after I did my 2 week program. So that's how I was able to keep food in my stomach, clothes on my back. And then my after school program teacher opened her home to me. So that's how I was able to have a place over my head and finish high school. And I left Milwaukee, Wisconsin exactly the day of the 4th of July. Me and my play cousin, we had just had went to go see the fireworks, and I think it was a parade or something, and something happened where I got into it with somebody's boyfriend. It was an older woman's boyfriend. They was arguing. We tried to calm it down, and he ended up taking his anger out on me. And I was like, you know what? I don't need this. I'm tired of this. I don't need it. So I packed up everything and I took my last and I bought a ticket to Chicago and in 2000 and 2010. Yeah, 2010. That's when I moved back to Chicago, and from that day on, um, I just been growing as an individual and trying to forget those emotions and the things that I went through. Um, Sorry, give me one moment. So when I got back to Chicago, I moved back in on 59th and Union with my G moms, and she took me in, and she has been my guardian since then. Um, yeah, her family took me in and accepted me, um, you know, as their own, and I've been with her since 2010, and it's 2023 now. So she basically has been knowing me since I was 13 years old. Even with that, I still have my struggles. I was still having to go to school. I just I had to went to Kennedy King College. Met wonderful people there. Got to experience a lot of stuff that I thought I would not experience. Get a chance to experience. Um, so I'm glad I networked with the people that I did network with. But I still have my struggles though. Even me coming back to Chicago, I eventually got back up with my family members. One of my cousins actually recognized me from one of her friends' houses that they didn't know that I called them my play family. So that's how I got back in touch with my family. Now by this time I'm 18, going on 19 years old. And even with me being around, trying to come around, trying to establish relationships with my blood family, I still felt like the black sheep of the family. I still felt unloved. I still felt neglected. And I still felt unwanted, even though I found them. So, once that happened, I went over my aunt's house. And I spent some time over there for a little bit. It was a couple times when I went over there. But then I started to not go over there because I felt uncomfortable without my aunt being I felt uncomfortable with her not being at home and being at work. So at that time I stopped only coming when she was at home because of the fact that her husband at the time was hitting on me. And the one thing I can't forget his words. He said to me was, I used to he said, "Damn, you grew up real well. You know, I used to watch you when you used to grow up." Now, when I told her this, she was like, "Oh, don't pay no mind. Um, don't take it out of context." Now, it's like, how can I not take it out of context when you don't know the tone that he said it in and how he said it? And then I just felt uncomfortable. So then one day I spent the weekend over there, and I went in the refrigerator to get something to drink, and he was coming out of the bathroom, out of his bedroom to go to the bathroom, but then he stopped behind me, and he rushed up on me. Now, the bedroom to my cousin's door was still kind of cracked, so I seen that my cousin was woke, but I'm not sure if she saw what I had encountered. And then after that, I stopped going over there completely. Yeah. But then one day I went down the street. Because my uncle was house sitting one of these houses for a landlord, and everybody was down there kicking in, and I was tired, and so I went in the back room and I tried to get some sleep, but everybody started coming in, and her husband saw me laying there, so he came in the room, woke me up, and he was basically trying to force himself on me, and I kept telling him no, no, and he almost would have if he didn't hear my uncle coming towards the back area. So he got up and he walked out of the room, and I left, and I stopped coming around. One, I stopped coming around for that, and then the second reason I stopped coming around because one of my cousins got mad because his at the time girlfriend, every time I came around, she would want me to hang out with her and everything. I'm a female. She's a female. She wants to have female friends. I'm supposed to be family, right? So what's wrong with me hanging out? And his last words to me was, "You always hanging out with my girlfriend. Um, I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. And what you trying to do? Turn my girlfriend out? Um, you ain't nothing but just like your mama. First of all, I'm straight. I'm heterosexual. I'm not even looking at your girl that type of way. I'm trying to build a bond with everybody. And this is the treatment I get. So I stopped coming around. Because it's like, what's the point of trying to rekindle a relationship and bond and make a bond stronger with y'all if you still treat me like I'm a stranger and I'm your blood? I'm your blood. So then after that, I started asking questions of why didn't nobody fight for me to stay in the family? Why didn't nobody fight to get me out of the system? Why didn't nobody come see me? Why didn't nobody come calling? Why I didn't get any birthday gifts? Why, I had to live the childhood that I had to live? Why I couldn't be in with the family and grow up with the family like everybody else did? Why do I feel like the black sheep of the family? What happened? What happened to the point where you just decided to give up and not try? What? I don't get it. I just did not get it. And so all of that pain and abuse that I had to endure as a child was still eating me up inside as an adult because no one gave me answers. No one gave me answers at all. Until this day, I still don't have answers. Till this day, I still don't have that relationship that I'm supposed to have with them. I don't. And I'm getting to the point where I feel like I shouldn't have to force any type of relationship with anyone. I shouldn't have to force anyone to call me, write me, come see me, invite me to things. I shouldn't. Because I didn't do anything. I never got that welcoming embrace of welcome home from anyone. So I vowed that if I had any kids, I will be there in their life no matter what. No matter how much the headache is from them misbehaving. I will show my child the love, the care, give them the nurturement that they need, provide them with anything. I will make sure they didn't have to need for want for anything. I vowed that they would never feel the abuse and neglect and unwanted feeling that I've endured all those years. So no matter how hard it gets, I'm always gonna be there for them. I get picked on sometimes because I'm not as disciplinary as people want me to be. As we can see, violence is not the way. Hitting a child for every little thing does not work. It affects a child in different ways. I never want my children to feel like that. The only time I really put my foot down is when I know that they really pushing me to my limit and they know exactly what they're doing and that their behavior is unacceptable. But other than that, I try to sit down and talk to my kids. I try to understand why they feel why they feel, why they did what they did, and come up with a solution where we can make sure it never happens again. I never wanted any of my kids to grow up wondering why their parents don't love them, why their parents don't want to be in their lives, why they're not in their lives. Um, so yeah. So even as a grown up, uh, I'm still going through those things mentally and emotionally, and it's like no one understands. No one wants to hear what I have to say, like really hear what I have to say without saying like, "Oh, you're overreacting. Stop being negative. Oh, you just being sensitive. Oh, you need to get over it. It happened. It's the past." But you're not understanding how my past is affecting me as an adult. I'm trying to move on day by day. I'm trying to get over everything that I went through, but it's hard when you don't really have nobody in your corner emotionally to help you deal with all of that stress, all of that pain on your back that you didn't have to carry for years. No one is really gonna understand that because they don't wanna have take the time out and be willing to understand and take that time out to help you step by step to get through that because they just worried about themselves. They just care about what they got to do and what they need to do at that time and what they want to do. So it's like, why open up for what? You wondering why I stay to myself. You wondering why I don't go nowhere uninvited. Why would I go somewhere I'm uninvited? So I can get that negative energy coming my way? No. Like it's been multiple times that I have opened up myself and opened up my arms to lynch out a branch of friendship, and it has been taken for granted. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being taken advantage of. I'm tired of being misunderstood. I'm tired of not being loved properly the way that I'm supposed to. I just want to be genuinely happy, and I cannot be genuinely happy because I don't have the answers to the questions that I've been asking for the longest. People don't know how it is to go through two situations where you thought that your life was about to end at that moment. I was in a situation, I had just turned 17. It was literally like a week and a half after I just turned 17. And I remember it because I was on the phone with my boo at the time. And I'm sitting on the couch. And it's how you know it was an inside job because the back door got that steel bolt security gate on it before you get into the actual door, go to the actual door. So we know it was an inside job. Back door get busted in. 8 dudes scrambling everywhere. I jump behind the couch. Then next thing you know, I have a gold pistol. A custom gold pistol. Puts in my head, threatened me to get the fuck up, go in the room, and sit on the bed, or he was gonna blow my brains out right then and now. I don't know what they was looking for, what they wanted, who they wanted, but I had a gun put in my face, pointed at me for 2 hours. 2 hours, threatening to kill me and the other people that was in the house with me if they didn't find what they was gonna find. I had no one to talk to. No one to help me through that situation. It took the police literally almost an hour to get there. They didn't find what they was looking for. But all that whole time I'm praying to God, please don't let me die today. Please don't let me die today. Please don't let me die today. The second instance, I'm working at Family Dollar on 89th and Stony Island. It's almost closing time. I'm the only manager on duty, and it's another worker. And it's like 9 something. He go to the bathroom to use it, and a guy comes in. He played it off normal at first. Then next thing you know, I'm getting a 45 put in my face. I know it's a 45 because of the fact that out of the criminal shows that I watch, I know what a 45 look like. So I got a 45 in my face, pointed at me for 15 minutes, telling me to give him the money, telling me to go into the safe. I say, it's a 20-minute wait on it. Police station is down the street. You're not going to get anything out of the safe. So he say, well, just give me everything that's in the register. Now, man, I got lucky because there was a customer that came in. While he making a customer get down on the floor, I was able to take all the big bucks, throw it on the floor, and push it under the counter like you can't see behind the counter. So the only thing about it, when he turned back around to me, the only thing that he was able to get, I was able to press the button to let them know like it's danger in the store. And when he pointed the gun back to me, I kept telling him, sir, I got 3 kids. Please don't do this. Just take what you're going to get and go. You cannot get into the safe. The police is on their way. The only thing he ran out of there with is $38. $38. Police still took 2 hours to get there. The manager the store manager, the big boss done came. And 2 other co-workers, they came back because we called them. But still, we stayed there 2 hours after the store closed. No one never came. So now I have to deal with that. Again. Wondering if I'm going to live to see the next day. No one understood how that traumatized me again. I asked the store manager, can we get safe security over here? It's not a high-risk store. How? It's 89th and Stony Island. How is that not? How is that not a dangerous area for you to put security in the store? So I'm just supposed to work here while the store getting robbed? I'm supposed to come here every day and act like that did not just happen. So I asked for a transfer. No one asked me how did I feel. No one wanted to know what I was going through mentally. No one paid attention to when I shut down. None of that. It was, oh, you grown, you gotta get up. It happened. Put your big boy pants on. It's a new day. Just be glad you're alive. Like, come on now. Who wants to hear that? Miscarriage in 2015. Didn't even know I was pregnant. I had my daughter in 2016. Had a mini stroke in 2016 because we had to find out she had a heart murmur. Once we went in for a routine checkup, couldn't find out she had a heart murmur. Then they told us, they rushed us to another hospital. Couldn't find out she had a hole in her heart where all 4 chambers meet. And she ended up having to get a VSD repair surgery done on her heart. She had to get a heart surgery. So the whole 10 hours that she's in the hospital, the whole time I'm stressing out. I'm trying to hold it in. So the whole 2 weeks I'm going back and forth between working to the hospital to spend time with her. It's happening. It's transforming. I don't know what's going on. So the day I woke up in the hospital with her, face twisted all the way to the right, couldn't brush my teeth, had no taste buds, really couldn't talk. This eye is droopy. I don't know if it's this eye or this, which one y'all can tell. I can't smile right no more. Yeah, I think it's this side. This don't go down. It's my left side. I have no nerve signal over here. None whatsoever. So I cannot control anything that happens over there. Like, I can't smell like I used to anymore. None of that. If I smile too hard, talk too much, it's this gland that pops out and it hurts so bad. But I'm blessed that my face actually came back to the middle a little bit where I can look a little bit normal. Like, I just been going through so much. And honestly, I'm just tired. I'm mentally, physically, and emotionally just tired. Just tired. Like, I want a relationship with my family, but I know that's not gonna happen. Because if it was, it would have happened already. I know I will never get the answers that I want from them. I have sisters and brothers and don't know who they are. So I know I would never get a chance to have that brotherly, sisterly bond. And I'm just going to be alone. I'm just going to be the only child on my mom's side, but on my dad's side, I have brothers and sisters and do not know who they are. And if they was to come in my face right now, I would not know from Adam from Eve. All I ever wanted was to feel love, feel wanted, feel properly cared for, be have that family, that big family around me. But I'm never gonna get that. I'm never gonna get it. And now I'm starting to realize that I just have to go on and make the best of my life and the best of my years. And realize that if they wanted to get to know me for me, they would have already. So now I just got to make the best of my own family and my own life and be there for my kids. But with everything that goes on, I've always kept the faith. I've always believed that God has a perfect purpose for me. He didn't have me go through everything that I've been through without a purpose. And that one day I will figure out what's my purpose on earth. And the only thing I can do now is, like I said, make the best of my life and make memories. I know I can't forget the bad memories, but there are some good memories out of it. I have been blessed with 3 beautiful children. Let's see. I've been able to meet a couple of celebrities that I thought I wouldn't ever meet. I was able to have a chance to go to Washington, D.C. I've been able to take a trip to Las Vegas, even though it wasn't as pleasurable as I thought it was, because I kept having muscle spasms over the heat, so I couldn't have as much fun as I wanted to, but I'm gonna go again. Let's see. I've met wonderful people over the years, that I can truly call brother or sister, or a friend, and I throughout the journey, I've had some people support from people who I wouldn't have expected to have support through. So, and they have guided me through those times. So I can't say that. I can't say throughout of everything that I've gone through, it's made me stronger. It has made me more wiser. It has opened my eyes to thinking outside of the box and being more of a positive person and being a more optimistic person and just staying determined at all times and not letting anybody walk all over me anymore. Talk to me any type of way, treat me any type of way. If I don't want to do it, I don't do it. If I don't want to go, I'm not going. Yeah. I will not be the person who's always begging someone to do something. I will not be one of those people where I feel like a charity case at all times. That's not me. So um I'm just gonna continue to take day by day and trust the Lord's trust the Lord and know that He wouldn't have me go through all this for no reason. Um and I'm just gonna continue to live the rest of my years the way I can and find my own happiness, and joy and peace. Uh, so that way I can be truly happy within, even though there's always gonna be there a void there in my heart. And yeah. So on that note, I hope that my story has um encouraged you. I hope you have taken some things uh, out of my story. And yeah, and I hope this has helped you in any type of way. Um, I hope my story has inspired you, shown you that no matter what goes on, healing and growth is there always. I just want to say thank you for joining me through this journey, and I hope that whatever that's going on in life, that you remember that life is a journey. It has its ups and downs, but with the right approach, it doesn't have to be a lonely path. And together we continue to grow and heal together, and that whatever we do, um, as long as we're passionate about it and we put our heart and mind to it, we can achieve anything that we want out of life. Never let anyone tell you no, that you can't. You are beautiful in and out, and you can achieve anything you want. So I hope you enjoyed story time. It did kind of help me a little bit. I'm sorry if I got a little bit too emotional at certain moments, but yeah. Again, I'm Precious. Welcome to the Precious Realm family. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, turn on the notification bell so you know when I'm posting, and be look forward. I have a lot planned for this channel. Over the next my next couple years of journey, I hope that I'm able to be here and share my journey with you all. But I do have a lot of plan. Look out for a segment that I will be adding to my channel. It's called Real Talk. With that, we're going to be discussing different topics that most feel that are controversial, but be looking out for that. It's called Real Talk. So, on that note, everyone have a blessed and safe day. And again, I'm Precious. Welcome to the Precious Realm family. And don't forget to subscribe. All right. Love you. Mwah.